Yeah, fight fan for me too, man. And like I said, the serials put things in our mind, right? So they're the most powerful thing we have on this planet is the human mind, right? To imagine, to dream, to create. And so when you're reading something, that's why people love novels, right? They love reading. And people always say that, yeah, well, the novel was better than the book. That's because your mind has created this awesome figure in your head for you in this awesome story. And that's what we all did because we were boxing fans. Like, we created this image in our mind and the picture, and it was just absolutely incredible. And I'll tell you something funny. So, I've been in prison a lot, fight fan, and I know you don't relate to that part of my life. One of the times I was in prison, I was in Sandstone, Minnesota. And ironically, Michael Nunn showed up. And even more ironically, his snitch on his case was at our prison before Michael Nunn hit the yard. They moved him, then they brought Michael Nunn there. What is my point? So Michael and I start talking, about the Ruel brothers and the Goosens and the Gopher guys that used to hang around the Goosens, because that guy had become a Gopher guy for my father in prison, right? But then, Mike brought me a boxing magazine one day, the one you see behind you right there, and showed it to me. He's like, hey, Derek, remember this? And I read through it, and I will tell you something, it made me feel sad. And why did it make me feel sad? Because, here's this guy he's on top of the boxing world, better than Sugar Ray Leonard at the time, right? Or people are saying, and what he has left in that life is this one boxing magazine. I had, hundreds of boxing magazines with Michael Nunn's photo on him, right? Mike's got one left, and that's it. Now, fast forward into the future, and I meet Chris Bird in an MMA gym. He's got a couple heavyweights he's training. And Chris Bird tells me something that I love to hear. He said, look, man, he goes, Michael Nunn was the baddest of the bad. And Chris Bird was a middleweight as an amateur, so he was fighting Nunn. He just went up to heavyweight for the paydays, right? And won the title and whatnot. But he said Michael Nunn was one of the baddest men in the amateurs that we'd ever seen in boxing, which reconfirmed what, I believed and what the public believed at the time. But, it's a tale of caution. Michael Nunn got on top of the world and looked around, saw a bunch of white guys, leading him and managing him, and you feel taken advantage of it. I get it. And he fired everyone, and then James Toney knocked him out in Davenport, Iowa. I think he was in Davenport. Was it Gary? Whatever he was in Iowa. And he just, it fell from there. I heard he's out of prison now. I've noticed he's online once in a while, which is good. I'm glad for Michael. Nobody should be there, especially for a drug charge. But yeah, there it is. The realities we create and the realities that are. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light.